race to replace former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is now in the voters' hands.
Early voting started today in what's become one of the nation's most highly anticipated special congressional elections. And there's a huge field of candidates you see right there hoping to represent the 14th district covering much of northwest Georgia.
Atlanta News First reporter Abby Casores is live at the Ben Robertson Community Center in Kennesaw. So, Abby, what have the voters been telling you?
They say that every day it feels like there's something new. We just had one candidate drop out over the weekend, leaving 18 still standing for the 14th congressional district. At this point, with 18 candidates, it is virtually guaranteed we will head into a runoff.
Signs all over District 14 hoping to catch the attention of any driver who might not know early voting is underway. We caught up with voters after casting their ballot.
It doesn't matter who wins as long as we all come out to vote, and that's the way I feel.
This is what democracy looks like when there's a power vacuum. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's shocking resignation last year left this heavily Republican district wide open.
My name is Clay Fuller.
President Donald Trump's endorsement of District Attorney Clay Fuller created a domino effect. Candidates dropping out, most of whom are backing him, while another, James Marty Brown, exited and endorsed former state senator Colton Moore. Political science professor Ben Taylor says he's watching those two closely, but with 18 candidates splitting the vote, he doesn't expect a winner right away.
And so really it's a fight about who finishes in the top two.
A runoff is already scheduled for April, but here's where it gets complicated. Whoever wins will only fill the rest of Greene's current term through January. That's just 9 months in Congress. If they want to keep the job beyond that, they'll have to turn right back around and run in May's primary for the full 2-year term, then face voters again in November's general election. At least 3 elections in 8 months.
All the comments from these folks really does seem like they all kind of want to turn the page on that style of representation. Do voters? I don't know. We'll have to see.
According to the Secretary of State's office, voter registration in the district's 10 counties is up more than 3% since Greene's resignation. The big question now, what will those new voters decide? And could they flip a longtime conservative stronghold now that redistricting lines have been redrawn to include parts of counties that lean more blue?
I would love to see the state go from red to purple to blue.
Early voting continues through March 7th. Election day is March 10th. And voters, well, they're ready just in case it heads into a runoff to be back in April. Live in Kennesaw, Abby Casores, Atlanta News First.